into our second match here at Fantasy of Flight. It is going to be Infamous versus CEP. I have Bobby Aviles here. Now, first, you guys have a lot of changes. You've changed up your jerseys. The Bornsteins have trimmed up their beards, which is making it really difficult on me to tell them apart. But why all the changes coming here to World Cup?
We definitely just wanted to come out here with a fresh start. You know, we had a great beginning of the season, winning the first event, and then kind of just got in a slump that we weren't able to get out of. So we're coming out here with a new look, new attitude, and looking to win.
What factors caused you guys to go into that slump and have a hard time getting back up to the champions bracket?
Just a lot of different variables. Maybe lack of proper preparation. After getting the win, you feel so confident. You think that you're going to be handed another win, and it's not that way. We're playing in the top flight here, and these teams are professional, so you got to give it all you got.
In that first match between Top Gun and Excessive, we saw a ton of penalties from Excessive. What mistakes do you think are easy to make on this field layout?
It's a pretty good layout for us. I think we can go very aggressive on it. There's definitely a lot of cross shots, sneaky shots that can get in, clip a pack, and I think that's what happened to Excessive with some of their penalties. It just didn't go their way as far as the ref calls, but it happens. So we're gonna look to come out here, play a straight-up game, and put some points up quick.
Now, can you break down this field layout a little bit for the people that are watching the webcast? What are the strengths on the Dorito and the Snake side, or even down the middle?
Well, I would think that the Snake is definitely probably the most dominant bunker on the field. It's one of the longest snakes we've had all season that doesn't have a break in any of the knuckles. So it's definitely very powerful. If you can get down it without anybody on the opposition side, you can get down and shoot a lot of people in the side and clean up. The Dorito side's a little more slow, methodical, and the center, having two cans right next to the A, definitely gives you options of closing the game or going through the field.
All right, well, thank you so much, Bobby. Good luck to you guys. Infamous versus CEP coming up. Back to you guys.
Thank you.
So second game of the day here in the Challengers Division. It's going to be Chattanooga CEP, Los Angeles Infamous. This is going to be an interesting matchup. I really want to see what Infamous is going to bring here. Always like to watch CEP play too as well. Aggressive team. And this layout should play to their advantage. But this field layout's definitely going to play to the advantage of Los Angeles Infamous. And again, Infamous won the first event in the Champions Division, like Bobby was saying, and then hit that slump. And it's just been poor execution from some seasoned professionals. Everyone that's on Infamous's roster has been around for a long time. There's no rookies on that squad. Todd, you coach Infamous. What do you think has been keeping them from getting back into the Champs Division?
Honestly, I think it's been playing as a team, really playing together. It's tough to watch those games that they've lost, but,
some close ones.
Yeah,
they lost to Revo. Revo is in the Champions Division because they beat Infamous in the semifinals at the last event, and that went down to basically, I think it was Mike Baker just up the center with an amazing run-through. Looks like he got a shot on Damien. Damien swears he wasn't shot, but Damien did get a major penalty, which then gave the point to Revo. So it was a super close game.
Yeah, both of the games that they lost, the one to Art Chaos and the one to Revo, were really close games. So
look at this huge breakout for CEP, all the way to the 50-yard line, close to the D side off the break. There's a huge breakout for them.
That was a great move, Matty. It was super aggressive. And right out of the break, they get one on the Infamous guys. That's Kevin Callie Rudolph coming off the field.
Yeah, but look at this, though. Brad McCurley is able to take out Oswaldo.
One-handed gun gat.
Well, he was doing it smart. McCurley on your screen right now, number 13. He was crawling up, had his arm on the ground as he was shuffling to get to the next spot. Saw Oswaldo come in, and on the shuffle, shot him with that one-handed gangster cat, and then took his spot. So it looks like, body's starting to get chopped up. McCurley all the way now.
Brad McCurley just murdering these guys, coming down the snake like you talked about, Matty.
Well, hey, man, this is a ladder snake, runs pretty much the whole length of the field, and that's why it's the most important bunker, like Bobby was saying. So looking really sharp here. I did like that breakout from Chattanooga CEP. However, Infamous able to shoot some guys out of their spots. Good job by Brad McCurley. Read and react, Todd. You were talking about that. On that crawl too, was able to get that reaction. See, if he had his head down, he wouldn't be able to make that shot. But he had his eyes up, saw Oswaldo get in. Yeah, it looks like Brad McCurley getting the first, starting it off right, first 5-pack of the tournament. So Todd, and you coach Brad McCurley. He's one of those guys. He's played well in pressure situations before, and this is his type of snake.
Yeah, and he feels. I was talking to him the other night. He feels really comfortable on this field. The read and react game, is tailor-made to he, Damian, Druby. The three guys that we saw come out this way. The thing about Infamous is that they have some really versatile players. Everybody on their team from top to bottom can play any spot. So when you have guys like that, it's so easy to, hide what you're going to do on the break, send guys to different spots, and feel comfortable putting anybody anywhere, knowing that they can get the job done.
Yeah, lots of different looks. Infamous, very deep roster, tons of, like I said before, seasoned vets on that team, man. So really good point for them. They're going to go up by 1. We actually got a replay here. Let's check out this replay. So there's McCurley. You can see there, left-hand side of your screen, as he was crawling up, arm on the ground. You can look at this other look right there, and he was able to get the drop on Oswaldo. I think that was Oswaldo, right?
Yeah, then he came in right here and shot the guy at the 50 on the other side of the field, and then put in the guy in the Dorito corner. Ultimately had to come all the way down the snake and run and bunker that guy to get him out. But, excellent job right there by Infamous of getting in the snake, getting down the snake, and closing out that game.
One player we're not going to hear a lot from this game is Nicky Cuba.
Yeah, he's injured.
Injured, unfortunately, and Nicky Cuba is one of the pinnacle players on those teams, on that team. But you said deep rosters allow, unfortunately, for Nicky Cuba to be hurt. But he is going to be coaching over here, helping these guys out. You can't coach, but you can coach from the stands. And Nicky Cuba has one of those voices.
Looks like now Zach Wake in the snake for Los Angeles Infamous. And there's the snake battle. Lopez in the snake. Osvaldo Brito Neto Lopez for CEP. Shooting crossfield. Looks like Zach Wake gets taken out. So body had dropped early. Robbie Goldsmith coming off for CEP. That's Bornstein coming off the Los Angeles Infamous, and they also lose Wake. So now the advantage on the body count goes to CEP. Can they take advantage of it, though? Lopez in good position at the 50-yard line, and he's going to crawl up. He's listening to those guns. Brad McCurley in the snake, and here comes Brad McCurley is going to own Osvaldo again. So that's 2-0 right now for Osvaldo, matching up against McCurley in the snake early on in this match.
Yeah, Brad now has full control of the snake all himself. He's got Bobby Aviles behind him, who's now working across the field on that Dorito side temple. Brad McCurley slides into the 50. He's got his boy Zach Patient over there in the 50 Dorito. He's wrapping around. Just 3 bodies left alive for CEP. They got one in the Dorito side temple, one in the snake side corner. And I believe maybe the Dorito 1. Brad McCurley now in the 50 snake. He's going to try and back up, get a shot across the field. Bobby Aviles protecting him from Colin Cherry over here in the snake side corner. Wouldn't be surprised to see Brad change that knuckle. He's backing up. Back up out of that 50. He can get a shot in on the Dorito 1.
Well, he's trying to call a shot cross field. Anytime you see a player react like that, he's trying to get a ref in to try to check CP's player in Dorito 1. And it looks like he got that shot, so McCurley was right on his call. Ref able to get in there and take out that CP player.
Yeah, there goes Tim Danchak out of Dorito 1. So now just James Butts and Colin Cherry left alive. And it looks like Cherry's going to get shot out of that Dorito side temple.
Todd, Brad's having a game early here, man. He just got 2 more. Shot the guy crossfield, shot Oswald. Got four kills for sure in this point here. Guy running out of the corner, guy crossfield, shot Oswaldo, and then he also shot the guy in the back center. So Brad McCurley
doing work.
Brad McCurley doing some work.
Yeah, I mean, he's just playing. He's playing really, really well right now. And we talked about the snake being very, very effective, and what's coming down this field. Let's just watch this replay, Todd. But right now, man, these guys are just murdering it.
Here's Brad. He gets Osvaldo.
Just owns Osvaldo, and looks inside. He knows his shots very quick. Osvaldo. I don't think Osvaldo knew he was there. He turned inside, kind of turned his back to him, which is very uncharacteristic if you know somebody's down the wire from you.
Yep.
And then Brad just going down the field, going to work.
Gets into the 50, backs up, shoots the Dorito 1, turns the corner, shoots the guy in the temple, and then the guy in the snake corner came to get him, and he popped up and shot that guy too. So that was at least 4 right there for Brad McCurley.
He's clocking in early, so let's look at these game matchups. You got to give it to Infamous. They did win the first event in the Champions Division, not the Challengers Division, where they've been stuck now for 3 tournaments. For sure on the attack. CEP has some good attackers. That's definitely one of their strengths. But defending, finishing, and that clutch ability, man, it just they've proven it over the years. Those guys, the guys that are squatted up on Infamous, those are some solid veterans, and they definitely have the advantage on paper. But hey, doesn't necessarily mean anything when you get out here and start shooting the guns at each other. However, right now, Infamous looking real strong on the strength of Brad McCurley handling business over here, Snake side. 16 minutes and 34 seconds to go. Tons of time left here in this matchup. Can CEP get back in it? They need to start winning the Snake battle. They can't let Brad just running around shooting everybody over here.
No, and we watched a lot of CEP games, and CEP, they can get to spots, and it's all about getting guys to step up, play as a team, getting individuals to step up and go get kills. And we've seen that from one guy here, one guy there for CEP, but they're really going to need to put it together as a team, and right now they need to get something going on the Snake side.
And here comes up the middle again. I mean, you see on your screen CEP on the back part of the field. 5 players alive. And here comes LA Infamous.
Yeah, Damian Ryan shoots the guy running out to the Dorito corner on the break, going up the middle. That opens the door for Kevin Rudolph to jump into the 50 Dorito. And bodies dying all over the place for CEP. Here comes Drew Templeton. He's going to drop the hammer on the Snake 1 of CEP. Josh Merritt gets in there. All his team dies around him, and he gets slammed on from both sides. Damian Ryan coming through the middle. Drew Templeton coming down the sideline.
Weapons starting to fire here. There's so many different aggressive weapons as far as front players and guys that can play that 2 position, back players. I mean, there's a lot of good players on Infamous. So Damian Ryan just had a good point, backing up Brad McCurley's first 2 amazing points. So, and Callie Rudolph getting himself 2 confirmed kills as well. So 2 for Damian Ryan, 2 for Callie Rudolph, and 1 for Corey Bornstein. I'm a big fan of Corey Bornstein, man. Really like how he's a monster gunfighter.
I like just him as a person.
Yeah.
Not to mention
both the
beast.
Bornsteins are really
amazing,
awesome, solid stand-up dudes. So right now here, 15 minutes, 56 seconds to go. The 2014 PSP World Cup, game number 2, man. Over 350 teams here, and out the Fantasy of Flight. And you're looking at the glorious morning we have. Seeing some awesome competition so far. The first game that went to Top Gun Union, and now Infamous taking on CEP. And then after this, we get into the Champions Division. Moscow Red Legion going to be taking on San Antonio X Factor, the defending world champions. Had an amazing event here last year. Not able to put together the year that they wanted to have. The best finish that X Factor had was 3rd place early on in the season. Moscow Red Legion, on the flip side, has really been doing well, getting better every single event with their mostly young squad and their French mercenaries that have been just handling business for Moscow. Those French guys can play the game. But they're matching up against a real hungry X Factor that's coming back into the Champions Division after being down in the Challengers League. They won that event, the last one at the West Coast Open.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely coming into their own. Look.
Yeah, checking out this replay here. Looking at Infamous diving out there, and then there's Damian Ryan up to the center. So Todd, seen a lot of that center play here early on in this competition.
And there goes Drew Templeton on the finish. Split scheme breakout.
Infamous and CEP. CEP on your left, Infamous on your right. And now the big breakout comes from CEP as they send a body streaking up to that center. And looks like 2 bodies dropping right now, Chris, from Infamous.
Yeah, that was right at the center, too. They're shooting really heavy guns in the Snake side of the field, trying to maintain, keep Brad McCurley out of the game. But Damian Ryan going to work. You can see him on your screen right there. But also look at across the 50.
Oh, Osvaldo.
Here comes Osvaldo.
Getting in past the 50 Snake. Is he going to be able to get a shot across the field?
Oh, he did get it, Todd.
Yep, shoots Zach Patient. He comes walking out. Damian Ryan now shooting across the field at the 50 Dorito. Does he get a kill? He does. Osvaldo comes to get him.
Damian Ryan is wheeling and dealing here from the first notch of the Snake. That's 2 kills. And real quick, all of a sudden, the tables have turned.
And he's all alone over here, Matty.
Yeah, it's just Damian Ryan, but I think he's looking at, I think there's only 1 body left alive. CEP losing a ton of bodies. 2 of them for sure came from the gun at Damian Ryan.
Oh, there's 2 alive.
Yeah, there's 2 bodies.
1.
Yeah, so it's 2 on 1 right now, and it looks like Damian might have caught one here.
Yes.
He is. He's dead. So, unfortunately, Damian Ryan is going to get up a little frustrated, but hey, it's tough. That's a really tough position to try to pull off a low body situation. So, Damian Ryan got 2 before they finally figured out where he was, able to drop a ball on him. So, nice work by Charlie Smith, Tim Danchik, to finish off that point for CEP and keep it close. Score is going to be 3-1 as long as that hang is clean. So the I don't know, referee's looking at something though. Oh, Smith's gonna do the dance.
That's never good.
He's waiting for that thumbs up. And it looks like the hang is clean. Didn't see a flag, so CEP putting one on the board. That score 3-1. We're gonna be right back. Stick with us. Gonna get right back into this matchup here in just about 40 seconds. CEP on your screen in the dye jerseys, orange and gray. And on the flip side, on the right-hand side of your screen is gonna be Los Angeles Infamous in the Empire jerseys. And changing up their look for this one, trying to get rid of that bad mojo that's been plaguing them for the past couple events. And
Yeah.
looking pretty good so far. That was a great point by CEP though.
Yeah, I definitely want. I'd like to see these guys. I mean, it's my alma mater for sure. Alumni, kind of old school. Todd, you played it for us.
Both of you guys.
You know, it's. I hate seeing, you know, my boys down there in this division, but it shows you the level of competition at this tournament.
It's so hard in pro paintball right now.
It is.
But you know, with teams like Rebel kind of proven that if you work hard enough, you can make it in the Champions Division. It's just about what do you bring in that day? What do you bring in that tournament?
Right. And Brad McCurley taking the walk. It looks like her gun's up on him. And here comes another one. That's number 3.
Drew Templeton
taking the walk as well, but losing one player over
yeah,
there.
another body. CEP losing a body too. So lots of bodies coming off early.
And
That's another one from, so another body. So now Corey Bornstein, Drew Templeton, and Brad McCurley have died for Infamous, so it's just Damian Ryan and Jason Bornstein left alive on the field looking at 4 players from Chattanooga CEP.
Yeah, split on the corners. They're going to try and fight, and Damian Ryan going to get too tight in there for him. He gets shot, comes walking off the field, so just Jason Bornstein left in that Dorito corner. And here comes CEP down the snake. They crawl all the way in, and Jason Bornstein's going to have nowhere to go as Colin Cherry crawls all the way down the snake. And Charlie Smith comes through the middle to close it out. Get that flag hang for CEP as CEP clawing their way back into this game, getting 2 quick points back from Infamous, who came out on a really hot start from Brad McCurley.
Yeah, this is exactly what CEP needed to happen right here. They needed to start putting some points on the board, steal that momentum back from Infamous, and I'm kind of proud of CEP right now. They refused to give up, started making some good kills, but kind of the big difference right now is CEP finally started shooting guys off the break.
Yeah, finally got a couple. You know, shot a lot of guys early that game and was able to get the field position, move up on the Dorito side. CEP hasn't had much trouble getting up on that Dorito side, but, you know, getting back in this game 3-2. We'll be right back after these messages.
So we're back taking a look in the pits for Los Angeles Infamous. That was Drew Templeton, number 3 on your screen. Sorry, number 13. That is actually Brad McCurley. And there is Jason Bornstein. So those guys are not playing this point. on the field right now for Infamous, Damian Ryan, Corey Boynstein, Drew Templeton, Kevin Callie-Rudolph, and Bobby Aviles. It's James Butts, Charles Speed, Robbie Goldsmith, Tim Danchik, and Osvaldo on the field for CEP. 1 point separates these two teams. The score is 3-2. And it looks like good field spread for both these teams. No one's died yet, but looks like Drew Templeton getting into the snake, getting that shot on Robbie Goldsmith. So he comes off early. Another body coming off. Templeton starting to go to work here in the snake for Infamous.
Yeah, just going to work, getting 3 bodies real quick, Todd. Down to 2 players now. CEP down 1 point to LA Infamous, but 13 minutes left in this game. Drew Templeton on your screen going to work.
Yeah, Drew Templeton having none of this comeback from CEP right now. Runs in, gets 2 quick kills, then he drops the hammer on the back of the dome.
And yeah, it's Drew Templeton going headhunting on the last player left alive for CEP.
It looks like he's going to get a minor penalty on that, actually. That's a good call by the judges, being safe out here. Little frustration on Drew Templeton's part.
I'm wondering if that was, it must have been, right? I mean, there's no other thing that could have been. Templeton pleading his case over there, saying, hey, come on, man, trying to stop the momentum, I'm trying to send a message right now. Stop stealing my thunder, ref.
I would have probably got a red on that one personally, but unfortunately, Drew Templeton drawing the minor penalty, which is going to leave them with 4 players alive to start this next game, because they are going to win this point, I think. I didn't see anybody hang the flag.
Yeah, well, the point,
they did. They conceded the point.
I was going to say, points already on the board, so it's 4-2 right now, 2 points between these teams. 12 minutes and 32 seconds to go, and even though Drew Templeton did get a minor, Drew Templeton doing some work out there, looking real solid. And there you can see that replay. See this better angle right here. And you can see, yep, chooses to go right for
No, you know what actually happened? It's either unsportsmanlike or he got shot in the shoulder as he was shooting him. So
that would have been a major if he'd have got him for that.
Yeah, I'm getting the call from in my headphones right now. It's definitely for unsportsmanlike conduct.
And that's a good call, actually, if you really think about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, Drew definitely went headhunting, for sure. I mean, we saw it on the replay. So, you know, he got caught. That's why the refs are out there, try to keep everything, you know, civil. But Templeton trying to send a message right now, like you were saying, Todd, having none of this comeback from CEP. So now the gauntlet's been laid down. Let's see if CEP can answer. So let's, we got a new feature here. We have some audio on the refs, so stick with us if it doesn't quite work out right away, but we're going to be trying to work that in here to, you know, into this World Cup coverage for you guys. So let's listen in, see if we can get a little bit of insight from the referees on that call, Drew Templeton.
The mic won't power up. That was unsportsmanlike conduct, number 3.
Yeah, so it was unsportsmanlike conduct.
Nice.
On Drew Templeton. So he's going to be chilling in the box here for 1 minute.
Starting with 4 on 5 on your screen right now. LA Infamous taking all the back spots. You can see him in the box right there too. But 5 alive on the breakout, Todd. Oh, never mind. Combinator kill right there on the snake. That's going to be 1 down for CEP. That's Josh Merritt.
Yeah, even up on the body count right now. Neither team has a player in the snake. You see the backfield spread on your screen for Chattanooga CEP. 4 bodies left alive for them. Real conservative breakout from both these teams here.
Well, you know, 4-2, Infamous is up by 2 points. I think they're just going to grind it out,
get
their player out of the box.
I get that. I don't really think this is the field. Well, we'll see how it plays out. But I don't know, Todd, what do you think? Do you think this is a get out to all the wide spots and cross it up type field, slow things down, or is it kind of still try to throw punches field?
Well, I feel like, you know, when you have a penalty, you know, the corners are, you know, not bad to try and go to if you just run, sprint, get out there. So, you know, Infamous doing a good job of getting out wide, because now Drew Templeton is going to get back in the game and he can go straight to that Dorito and go back to attacking that snake again. So what they don't want to do is lose a body on the break. You know, go down 5 on 3 right away.
Yeah.
They even it up to 4 on 4, and now they got the guy back. And now they have the field position and the bodies.
And so Templeton comes right out of that box, immediately works his way into the snake, and it looks like got a cross-field kill on the back corner bunker D side. So now Templeton all the way onto CEP side of the field. The reason why he's able to do that is because there's no one in the snake with him, and there's also no one in that back bunker. That's the only thing stopping you. And so he's going to come around and trade out. So it looks like Colin Cherry going to trade out here with Templeton. So nice work by Drew Templeton to redeem himself after that minor penalty that he got for unsportsmanlike conduct.
And there goes Brad McCurley back to work again.
Just wearing his back out. That was, God, who was, I think it was Charlie Schmidt that he just wore out right there.
Well, what I really like that I'm seeing from Infamous is their willingness to attack and their timing on the attack. Templeton and McCurley particularly, well, I actually say both of them are playing really well right now. Templeton had a really great play on that last one, even though he got that penalty, and McCurley's been having a match. So you can see there's Templeton as he came out of the box and then ended up trading out there with Colin Cherry.
That's how quick he got down the snake, just like that.
And then look at McCurley filling in right after that. So beautiful teamwork. He saw Templeton go down, get his kills, and then wide open, Templeton cleaned out all the bodies over here. And then Brad McCurley just clocking in, doing what he does well. So nice work by one of the core members of Los Angeles Infamous, Brad McCurley. So the score is now 5-2, 10 minutes and 42 seconds to go. Important point right now for Chattanooga CEP.
And Infamous sending, looks like Zach Patient, Bobby Aviles, Zach Wake, Jason Bornstein. I would imagine Corey Bornstein be coming back on the field too. CEP, Robbie Goldsmith, Tim Danchik, Osvaldo, James Butts walking out on the field right now. So 5-2 in favor of Los Angeles Infamous.
Got about 25 seconds to go before the start of this next one. There's the crucial point again for CEP. They don't want to let Infamous put that 6 point on the board, come within one of taking this win here.
So here comes Brad McCurley back in to get some more.
Yeah, McCurley getting a lot of reps, and rightfully so. But that's another one of those teams that has a lot of guys that can play the snake. They got Zach Wake on the team. Zach Wake looks like he's going snake side. Yeah, so Zach Wake's going to be the one over here on the snake side. He was the MVP from their win in Dallas to start out the year.
Ooh, I think Brad McCurley just got Robbie Goldsmith on the break.
And Zach Wake wasting no time whatsoever, hearing the communication from his teammates, able to get all the way down crossfield. He's going to have a shot on the pack. CEP's player in the back corner bunker, and it looks like he was able to get that one on him. And Zach Wake hearing that call again from his teammates. Knows there's only one player left alive in D1. Wake closing the gap, and it looks like
Zach Patient going to run him down in Dorito 1 as Zach Wake put the pressure on him from the inside. Zach Patient trying to get involved in the stats game here early.
It's like I'm tired of Brad and Templeton stealing all my kills.
Actually, I saw Zach earlier, and I mean, not Zach. I saw, what's his name? Yeah, Zach.
All right, well, you think about who you saw.
Yes, sorry.
We're going to take a quick commercial break, and Lasoya's going to get his brain going, and we'll be right back after this. So welcome back here. Man, really looking forward to the matchups we have coming up here in the Champions Division. Right now, Los Angeles Infamous is 1 point away from taking this victory here against Chattanooga CEP. So backs against the wall, 10 minutes to go. Let's see if CEP can get back in this game. Need to focus a little bit more on staying alive off the break and attacking on this snake, as Infamous has just been dominating over here with Templeton, Wake, and Brad McCurley having some games.
Yeah, CEP got a couple quick points. You know, they've been really attacking that Dorito side hard, but Infamous been doing a good job of getting the kills early on the Snake side, getting over here on the Snake side, getting down it, and then just annihilating the Dorito side for CEP. Once
Textbook
Brad McCurley, it's a supreme textbook play over here for Los Angeles Infamous. Once Brad McCurley or Drew Templeton get into this Snake, they know exactly who to shoot when they get to each spot, and have been doing it very effectively. They're getting the support, you know, kind of like we were watching that excessive game earlier talking about that. You know, the guys who get into the spots, they wouldn't get the kills. They wouldn't know where to get the kills from in those spots, and they weren't getting the support behind them. Infamous is doing the complete opposite of that. Everything is working for them over here on the Snake side.
Well, and when we had listened to Bobby Aviles at the open of this game talk to Lauren, he had said that, you know, he was kind of honest. He was like, look, man, we didn't really prepare as well as we should have for some of these tournaments that we didn't do as well. They look like they prepared very well for this. I mean, we're talking about guys that are not missing a beat. They know exactly, like you were saying, where those shots are. They don't look confused at all. As soon as they get into either one of these notches in the Snake, they know exactly what bunkers they can shoot, and also the communication right now is outstanding for Los Angeles Infamous, and that's that crucial teamwork that when we talked earlier about why have they been having problems, well, they weren't executing, and not preparing as well as they should have, and they weren't having that teamwork. Right now, we're seeing the complete opposite. We're seeing a very stellar performance
Let's listen on Todd Travis, Lemansky, and Brad McCurley in the pits.
They've been shooting this side, and that guy is standing in the middle. But the way his timing is, if I race to my spot, I don't have a shot off. Watch him now. I think he stands, and he either fades into baby, or stands, and then goes in the middle. But I'm saying that for me to put paint on him, I have to stand with him. I can't go to my spot. I had Jay run at him last time shooting out, like in the corner wide, and he said he saw him. And the guy died, but I don't know. Okay. It looked like that was the one time he was shooting that way. Watch. Here, watch this.
And Brad McCurley finally getting old enough to grow facial hair.
Well, he's trying to join the beard crew. It looks good.
It does look good.
Well, it's good. You know, Travis Lemansky, longtime veteran, been playing pro paintball forever, and now guiding the ship over at Infamous, so you can hear that little inside conversation on talking about those shots. And right now, it looks like CEP losing a body, but shooting. They lose Peter Velarde, but they also take out one of the Bornstein brothers. I think that is Corey Bornstein taking the walk. Wake takes the walk as well, too. 3-on-3 right now.
But heads up Snake play right here. You got two down the Snake. That is number 3, Drew Templeton. Oh, getting shot.
Drew Templeton frustrated there. You can see by his body language. And now Oswaldo Lopez owns the Snake for CEP. This would be a huge point for CEP. Oswaldo Lopez handling business in there now past the 50-yard line. Going to try to look for that crossfield shot. But looking at three, looks like still three bodies left alive. So Infamous just hiding right now. Oh no, Callie Rudolph on the attack, and it looks like he got picked off trying to get into D1.
So Osvaldo now going to post up down the wire on Damian Ryan. The last body for LA Infamous here in the corner. Let's see if CEP can execute this 2-on-1. Charlie Smith goes running out wide, spreads the field, goes to the Dorito side of the A.
Well, Todd, we've already seen Damian Ryan almost pull off a low body situation earlier on in one of the points at CEP1. So here we go. Let's see if Oswaldo can close the gap. Oswaldo comes in, and I think he did the little do-si-do. Was he able to put one on? That was kind of an awkward run there.
It was kind of awkward.
But he got it done.
Oh, minor penalty. Looking like, I think it's going to be on Osvaldo. And there's going to be a no-point game stalemate.
So just when we thought potentially CEP could be getting back in this match, Oswaldo runs down Damian Ryan, but looks like he got a minor penalty, which unfortunately is going to seal the deal as long as that is the call.
Well, here comes the
replay.
replay.
Yeah, the replay. So Oswaldo, so he sees Damian Ryan come out that side, and he has no other choice but to completely commit towards the inside. And so he kind of got caught off guard, which is why he had to do that awkward side shot right there. Normally you want to put the gun in the left hand when you're making that run.
Yeah, well, Damian didn't. Damian had his gun in his right hand. That's why he couldn't get his gun around wide enough when Osvaldo came on the inside. You know, Osvaldo dipped in, and Damian tried to do, you know, the Kentucky left-hander super wrap and couldn't get it. And Osvaldo ended up giving him the Olay.
Brazilian backhand.
You know, Damian gave him one of these, and Osvaldo gave him one of these. And it looked like they traded out, but somehow Osvaldo goes and gets a penalty.
Well, let's check in with the referees here and see exactly what that penalty was called for.
27, signal after eliminated.
Signal after, you can't, once you're eliminated, you can't point, you can't yell, you can't scream.
I understand, not one of my favorite penalties, but, that is, call was made, unfortunately, a no point for CEP, and the score sits 6-2 with 8 minutes and 14 seconds left. But CEP did exactly what they needed to do. They stole some of that momentum back. Let's see how mentally these guys come out for this next point. 1 point away from victory here for Los Angeles Infamous. They are looking into the sun now. It's kind of tough out there in the first couple games as the sun slowly starts to peek its way up. When you're on Infamous' side of the field, so the right-hand side, and that's going to play less of a factor here, obviously, as time starts to go on and the sun rises higher in the sky. Right now, Infamous looking into that sun, so let's see if CEP can take advantage of it.
And Infamous gets out 5 strong on the break. CEP loses their Dorito corner. And they do have Osvaldo in the box. They lose their snake corner as well now. James Butt's running off. And it looks like Robbie Goldsmith is going to get a minor penalty and get their last body pulled. So that's going to do it for CEP. LA Infamous just has to run the flag in now. No bodies left alive. Just Osvaldo in the box. Now spending time in there with Rob Goldsmith. But
Goldsmith looks a little heated. And rightfully so, because that penalty nail in the coffin right now for Chattanooga CEP, and appears that as long as the hang is clean, our final score will be 7-2 in favor of Los Angeles Infamous, and Infamous looks good.
They do look
that was
crisp,
that was a very impressive game by Infamous. It was a very controlled game. They definitely had their aggression. They had their off-the-break shots down. The snake side's playing great right now for Infamous. You can see Goldsmith is just giving the refs a piece of his mind right now, as their first game is going to get put up 1 in the loss column here. Goldsmith, the leader of Chattanooga CEP. Also played in college ball, played for Tennessee. That's where we got to know him. Great guy, Robbie Goldsmith, but definitely heated right now.
The NCPA is getting going too.
That's another one. I mean, there's so many different divisions of paintball to play here at the World Cup. Again, over 350 teams here across 9 different divisions, and college ball is one of them. And there's a college paintball star right there before he made his way into the pros. And I think we might have an update from the ref.
Last penalty is a minor playing on number 14 for an unobvious hit.
So Goldsmith right there had to stand there. He still wants to continue his conversation with the ref. But while they're talking it over, it's not going to change anything. The final score is 7-2. Robbie not wanting to let it go, though. Let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
All right, I am here with Kevin Rudolph and Damian Ryan of Infamous. Congratulations, you guys just won your first match of the weekend. Now, you have gone through a lot of struggles this season. You started at the top, you went to the bottom, and you've been fighting the whole time. But what has that process taught you are your strengths and weaknesses as a team?
I mean, it just taught us that we have to dig deep and we have to overcome the little things. We're not playing terrible. We're just getting a penalty at the wrong time, or coming off our locks at the wrong time. It's just little things that if we stop and cut out all the little mishaps, we'll be unstoppable like the first event of the year.
Absolutely. I mean, your roster would say that you guys should be performing like a top team. You have a ton of weapons that can play across the field. What specific things did you guys really focus on to make sure that you could make that difference here and bump back up to that champion bracket?
We've been here like a whole week practicing, just grinding out all the little things like Damian said, making sure our shots are good. We have every play that we can pull out of our book if we need to. And it's really just, working hard and doing what we know we need to do.
Now, this field layout really plays to your strengths. Why do you feel like this is a good layout for you guys as opposed to other ones we've seen this season?
I'd say our team's a little cuckoo, and this is kind of like a wild and crazy layout where there's no real good locks where 2 people can just sit and post up and lock down the field for 20 minutes, and I think that benefits us a lot.
You guys have learned, of course, never to underestimate any team. Everyone is great out here, but your hardest match in prelims is probably going to be against Dynasty. Have you guys discussed that, and what have you discussed about them?
Not at all. We're not looking to them until we play them.
All right, well, thank you so much. Stay tuned, guys. We got another match coming up.